Till then, all these families can do is continue to pray. Bureau Report, Headlines Today.
Well, the situation in war-torn Iraq goes from bad to worse with every passing day. And our reporters have fanned out across the country and now join us live for updates on what exactly the families are going through and obviously the ordeal that is being recounted by those who have in fact made it back. Manaman Singh Cheena joins me live from Hoshiarpur. Rohini Swami at this point in time standing by at Kottayam. Manaman, I'd like to come back to you first. You've been in touch with the families, of a few loved ones who finally made it back from Iraq. What are the kind of stories that they're telling you?
Well, Rishika, here in Hoshiarpur, there are very few people who have come back. There is one person who has come back from Iraq, but he started from that country when things were not as bad.
Right.
Whereas right now things are pretty bad. We have with us the brother of one of the hostages, Rishika, who is in Mosul. His name is Parvinder. Parvinder, आपकी कोई बात हुई है? पहले आप कंपनी वालों से बात कर रहे थे वहाँ पे जिस कंपनी में आपके भाई काम कर रहे थे, तो अभी कोई फ्रेश बात हुई है? आपकी कोई कांटेक्ट हुआ है?
सर पहले मेरी एक डेढ़ दिन पहले बात हुई थी। उन लोगों ने सर पहले मेरे को 18 तारीख को एक मैसेज किया था जिसमें उन लोगों ने लिखा था कि जो आपके आदमी है वो हमारे कस्टडी में है, हमारी सरकार की कस्टडी में है, लेकिन सेफ हैं, कोई टेंशन की बात नहीं है, वो सेफ है। लेकिन सर 19 तारीख को उन लोगों ने मैंने जब उन लोगों को सुबह कॉल किया तो उन लोगों ने मेरे को साफ जवाब दे दिया कि जो मेरे जो आपके आदमी है हम लोगों को पता ही नहीं है वो कहाँ है, कहाँ पर रखे गए हैं, कहाँ पर है भी है या नहीं है।
लेकिन सरकार का ये कहना है, कल सरकार ने ये बयान दिया है कि वो जितने भी भारतीय वहाँ बंधक बनाए गए हैं वो सुरक्षित हैं, तो क्या आप इससे सेटिस्फाइड हैं? नहीं
सर, इस बात को लेकर मैं सेटिस्फाइड नहीं हूँ, क्योंकि सर अगर सरकार ये बात बोल रही है कि जहाँ पर जितने 42 आदमी हैं वो सेफ हैं, जहाँ वो मौजूद है, लेकिन सर उन लोगों से कभी सरकार ने किसी सी बात नहीं हो पा रही। क्योंकि मैंने जब अपनी कंपनी को बात की तो उन लोगों ने ये बोला कि इरबिल सरकार है, जो उन लोगों से हमने बात की है तो वो लोग बोल रहे हैं इरबिल हुकूमत के हमारे पास वो आपके 42 आदमी नहीं है।
So Rishika, clearly things are very tough for them. They say that if the government is saying that these hostages are safe, they need to speak to them.
Right. Government assurances at this point in time mean very little for the families of those people who are in fact stuck in Iraq. Rohini Swami is also live with us from Kottayam. Rohini, you've been in touch with the families of the nurses who are in fact stranded in Iraq, and while contact has been established with them, their fate is sort of different because they do not want to come back at this point in time because of the heavy debts that they have to pay back. Has the government given them any reassurances at all that the debt will perhaps be waived off or taken care of?
Well, when we've been speaking to the government, they've been clearly saying that their priority as of now is to get all of them out safely. They are trying to do as much as they can in terms of being in touch with the central government as well as being in touch with the ambassador so that they can bring them out safely. Let me also tell you that the situation in Tikrit, when I've been speaking to the nurses over there, they've been saying that they have been given additional food and asked to store it away because there could be a possibility they may not get food for a few days. This is the kind of situation there. We've also there are around 45 in Kerala nurses and one Tamil Nadu nurse, and this lady also who I've been speaking to from Tamil Nadu, she's been saying very clearly that while the other nurses from Kerala have been asking for a loan waiver, she may be the loan non-beneficiary if that happens. So she's asking her Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu also to step in possibly to help her out. But the whole situation it's a humanitarian situation that we have to look at. Food is scarce there, water is scarce there, and they're trying to come back home as soon as possible. Some cannot even come back home because of the loan and the debts that they have.
Absolutely. Circumstances there making the better of the situation. Priyamvada is also joining me live from Chennai. Priyamvada, there are those who are literally back from hell and have horror stories to tell, a lot of post-traumatic stress there. But still, the fate of hundreds really hangs in balance.
Absolutely. That is the worry of the family. In fact, we spoke to the family members of some of the nurses from here in Tamil Nadu. Of course, Monisha from Tuticorin, and also there are some from Nilgiri is also they're absolutely in distress. They have no clue what is going to be the fate of their daughters, how they are going to come back, and also on one side there is mounting debts. They have to repay the money.
Absolutely.
So working in Iraq is necessary for them, but at the same time they can't sacrifice the life. And I'm also being told that today Monisha's parents are going to give a petition to the local district collector, probably hoping the Tamil Nadu government would also extend help to her,
Right.
like how Kerala government is extending help to nurses from Kerala who are stuck in Iraq.
Right, absolutely. Manaman Singh Chena, Rohini Swami and Priyamvada, thank you for joining me with those updates.